Just getting set up. Good morning. If you're in the Southern Hemisphere anyway, good morning. All right, so I'm going here too. So good morning to those who are joining from the Southern Hemisphere. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, I guess it's probably your evening. I'm Mei Lai, and today's practice is more of a movement and breath practice, exploring cleansing and grounding. So the invitation will be to start seated and then maybe move to standing if you like. You don't need a mat, so just to let you know that you won't be needing a mat at all. We'll take about 20 minutes for our practice, and then you're either welcome to finish up and leave there, or to stick around and have a little bit of a chat or share and see a few more people joining. Hi. Yesterday I had a little bit of technical difficulty with the Wi-Fi connection, so I'm just fingers crossed that it's all okay today. I am actually having to hotspot off my phone, so if it does drop out, my apologies in advance, and I'll do my best to connect as soon as possible from that. So yesterday in the sharing, there came up a little bit about this discussion of what a time it is to consciously let go, and on a personal level and also on a social level, that we're seeing what isn't really essential. And there's the opportunity to strip that away and to let it go. So if you wanted to start with that reflection or using that to set an intention, you're really welcome to do that. So you might take a moment. Eyes could be open or closed as you settle in and arrive. Maybe taking a moment to reflect on something that you'd consciously like to let go of, or something that you feel you maybe don't need in your life anymore. And if you'd like to use a gesture or a mudra to set your intention, one mudra for this is called Sankalpa mudra, which means intention. So you could start with your hands together in front of you, and then turn your hands so that your fingers face forward with your right hand on top. So this is Sankalpa mudra. And I'll show you from the side. You could just cup your hands a little bit as if you're holding the flame of your intention inside your hands. And then taking a moment here, if you like, to offer and anchor your intention. When you feel complete, welcome to let your hands rest down. And eyes could be open or closed here. We'll move into a short breath practice, a cleansing breath practice. It's quite simple. So with this practice, you take a breath in and then you make the sound shh on your exhalation. And see if you can go all the way to the end of your exhalation, but without straining or forcing too much. So if you're not sure about this, I'll do one to demonstrate, and then you're welcome to join in and just go at the rhythm and ease of your own breath. So maybe starting with a breath in. So that's the breath. You're welcome to do maybe up to 10, and it's your choice how many of these you do. And if you're still going for the next few rounds, you might imagine that you're emptying out whatever doesn't serve, whatever you wanted to let go of, you're emptying that out on your exhalation, cleansing with the breath in this way. And if you are still going, you're welcome to complete maybe 1 or 2 more rounds in your own timing. And as you may be completing your rounds, maybe noticing that as you do this on the exhalation, your belly, your abdomen is drawing in to get the breath fully out using this sound. So what we're doing here is awakening your diaphragm, awakening your lungs, awakening your abdominal muscles, and also at the same time giving a gentle squeeze and massage to your abdominal organs. It's really awakening exchange of blood flow here. Awakening and supporting the toning of your internal organs and vagus nerve. So as you bring that practice to a pause, you might like to take a moment to check in and maybe notice any shifts or changes in sensations in your body, or perhaps the quality of your breath. Or you might be noticing a shift in your mental state. And you may be noticing no shift or change at all after this short practice. And as we begin to transition towards movement and standing, an invitation here to find some movement through your upper body and your spine. And that could be any kind of movement, small or large. There's the invitation. Begin to awaken to a little bit of movement. You could also imagine that you just got out of bed and maybe taking your favorite morning stretch. And seeing what might be useful for your body in this moment. And then maybe making your way in your own time and in your own way towards standing, and know that you're welcome to take as much time as you like to get there. And there's always the option to stay seated if you would prefer and follow along from there. So as I mentioned, and for those who might just be joining, we'll do a bit more of a standing practice this morning. You don't need a mat for this practice. If you don't have one, don't worry. And it's more of a balancing and cleansing, grounding practice. So we'll be exploring some balancing forms and some twisting forms to start to work a little more with your internal organs and give them a bit of a ring and a massage to get blood moving again and to restore some flow of the transition of nourishment and release of toxins as well. So we did this a little bit seated. Some of you might have followed along, but a really simple practice and a way to move a little more into the intuitive movement of your body is a practice that my friend and teacher Amber Gray calls your favorite morning stretch, and I love this. So it's really that you might imagine that you just got out of bed and you take your favorite morning stretch. So this is a way of awakening movement in your body rather than in a prescribed way of finding a shape or a form, but of inviting your body just to do what feels good and feels useful. And hopefully what's also in the range of movement in your own body that's available, that you're not straining or forcing here. From here, there's the option to add in a bit of curiosity and exploration to see all of the different ways that you could move your spine. So invitation into some spinal exploration here. And that might be adding in arms or not. You're not necessarily following along with a particular shape, but inviting your body to explore the different ranges of motion and direction of your spine. Maybe noticing what feelings or sensations come along with that movement. You're welcome to continue with this exploration for as long as you like, or there's the option to move into some twisting here. So this practice will also include some movement from Qigong, as well as some yoga. Maybe twisting from side to side. Let your arms swing. And you could make this as fast or as slow as you like, as gentle or as vigorous as you like. If you wanted to add in your breath, you might be breathing into one side and breathing out to the other side. So this could also be a little more energizing in this way. You could also use a breath out through your mouth as an option. And that will make it a little bit more energizing. A few different options there. And gradually beginning to slow the movement down. Moving back towards a pause. And another moment to take a short pause. A moment of integration and a moment of noticing maybe sensation. Or perhaps your breath. Maybe noticing that you're breathing. If there's any change in the quality of your breath. And then from here, if your feet are wider, you might bring them a little closer together. So we'll work with a variation of chair form and add in some movement and breath here. So again, this is a little more like a Qigong or a Tai Chi movement. And there's the option to add the cleansing breath in. So I'll demonstrate. If you want to watch, you're also welcome to follow along. So that movement begins by floating your fingertips towards your shoulders And then sitting back like you're sitting in a chair as you push your hands forward. And then rising back up to standing and releasing your arms by your side. So that's the movement. You're welcome to continue in your own time. And then there's the option to add in the breath as you sit back and push your hands. Breathing in, and as you come up, and breathing out as you release your hands. So that's just the option if you wanted to add in your breath. Breathing in as you float your fingertips to your shoulders. Breathing in to rise up and breathing out to float down. So you might like to take another 3 or 4 cycles like this. That might be with or without the breath. And you're welcome to move at a range and a pace that works for you. So you could come down as low or as high as you like in your movement. Move as fast or as slow as it feels useful for you this morning or this evening. So I'm going to do one more if you're following along with me. Also, if you're moving at your own pace, welcome to complete whenever you're ready. And the option here to take this shape into a bit of a balance. So you could start in the same way, floating your hands to your shoulders, and then sitting back as you push your hands away. And again, here it's really up to you how much you bend your knees. So you could stay here with your hands out in front of you or bring them in together towards your chest. So 2 options for your arms. And then maybe lifting 1 foot off the floor. And up to you if you'd like to sit a little deeper or stay a little higher. And then at any time you could bring that foot down and change to the other side. A little bit like a sumo wrestler here, just changing from side to side. You're welcome to come out of the shape, take a pause or a rest at any time. Otherwise, the opportunity to do this a few more times from side to side. Working with a little bit more balance and focused awareness. If you like here, you might lift 1 foot and hold, maybe for a count of 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then the option to do that on the other side if you like. They're just options, anything that I offer. The holding maybe for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then releasing down. If you like, you could do a little shake out here. And come in and do a little time check. So we'll do a few standing shapes. I'll turn side on so you can see. So the first one is a crescent lunge. So here you're welcome, maybe starting with your hands on your hips for your balance. Just step 1 foot back behind you. And that could be to any distance. And then bending your front knee. So here there's the option to add in a side stretch. So whichever foot is out in front, keeping that hand on your hip and lifting your other hand into the air and leaning over to the side. You might feel that as a stretch through the front of your back leg. At any time, coming back to the center, releasing your hand back to your hip. Any time that you feel to come out of the shape, you're welcome to come out. Also welcome to come back in. If you'd like to explore a little bit more movement and a twist here, we'll move there. So the option here to reach your arms to the sky and then twist towards your front leg as you stretch your arms out. So that might be a flow, coming back to center, lifting your arms up, and then opening again to the side. And the option to add in your breath here might be breathing in as you lift up and breathing out as you open to the side. You're welcome to come out of this shape at any time. Or maybe continue for a count of 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to center and stepping both feet together. And maybe taking a pause here if you like. You might be noticing sensations in your legs. Or perhaps you're breathing or your heart beating in your chest. And then if you like, you're welcome to come to the other side. Okay, signs here. So stepping your opposite foot back into any distance and taking a bend in your front knee towards a crescent lunge. And it's really up to you how much you bend your knee. Now, option for a side stretch here. So lifting the opposite arm to your front leg and then bending over towards your side. Maybe noticing sensation here through the front of your back leg. Feel free to come back to center at any time. And the option here for the twist might be reaching your arms up and then twisting towards your front leg. And that could turn into a flow here, lifting up and then opening. And maybe adding in your breath. Might be inhaling as you lift up and exhaling as you open. An option to rest or pause at any time. And if you are still continuing, maybe we'll continue together for a count of 3, 2, and 1. And whenever you're ready, stepping both feet together and possibly taking a pause for a moment here. Maybe noticing sensation in your legs. They've been working. Maybe noticing your breath. Your heart beating. And as we move to the last moments of our practice together, you're welcome to complete this standing or to make your way back towards a seat. And we'll do a few more rounds of the cleansing breath. I'm going to move back towards my seat here. You're welcome to take your time to settle in. An option for maybe up to 5 rounds of the cleansing breath. So that's a breath in, just a natural breath in, and then the sound shh on your exhalation. Making that as long as you can so you follow the exhalation all the way through, but without straining or forcing. So welcome to do up to 5 of those if you'd like. And then whenever you feel complete, allowing your breath to return to its own natural, effortless rhythm. And perhaps taking this moment to thank your body, to offer it kindness and gratitude. And if you wanted to add in a gesture or position with your hands, you're welcome to do that, whatever it might feel useful for you. And possibly bowing your head in a way of recognizing and honoring your body, our practice together. So thank you so much for joining in practice. If you wanted to leave the call here, you're welcome to do that. For those who are on the Zoom call or maybe on Instagram and wanted to add and chat in there, you're welcome to stick around for a few minutes. If there's anything that you'd like to share, could be about the practice, it could be about how you're feeling in this moment, or any reflections. So all welcome. So we've got one popped up here. Thank you, Karen. Love this. Thank you. So grateful to start my day with you. So lovely to start it with you too. Thanks so much for joining. And then Emily here on Zoom. Thanks everyone. Thank you, Emily. What was the breath called? I just call that a cleansing breath. That's one term that I've heard used for it. I can't remember where from. Yeah. From Shari. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Kay. Beautiful to wake up with you all. I agree. um, so maybe we will leave it there for today. Yeah, again, thank you so much for joining, for your presence. And the next session is tomorrow, so Australia time. That'll be evening at 6 p.m. And my plan for that is to do more of a voice and song chanting practice together. So that will be tomorrow, and you're very welcome to invite anyone who you think might like to join. The recording, of course, is live is on Facebook and then saved there. So welcome to do that too. And yeah, thank you so much, and look forward to seeing you again soon. If you've got any feedback or anything you'd like to share, very welcome to get in touch. Thank you. Have a beautiful day or a beautiful evening wherever you are. Bye. And hi, Claudia from Austria.